Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kamidogu podcast with Christopher and Toasty.
Toasty!
It's been a hot minute since we both actually sat down and recorded an episode, but it's good to be back. Joining us today are two legends who need no introduction, Justin McCollum and Mad Mike. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. What's good with y'all?
Good to have
Living
you
the
both.
dream, man.
Yeah,
It's definitely been a while. Wow.
for sure.
Definitely been a while, man, because, life is going fast.
Is it ever, man?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think you were last on the show too, like episode 25 or something. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely been a while. Yeah, I lost count.
That's a couple
Lost
years ago,
count.
maybe.
I think, they like the Christmas video. That was the last one that I was on
that's
y'all's thing.
Yeah,
Christmas, yeah.
for sure. So before we get into our main topic of discussion, being the recent Year 2 announcements made at San Diego Comic-Con, perhaps we should talk about the general state of Mortal Kombat 1. So when news of the game first dropped, its differentiation from previous titles was pretty jarring. Now that we've had almost a year for the dust to settle, how do you all feel about the game in general?
Well, I have some mixed opinions about this game so far.
Same.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the gameplay is really good. It's just that I don't really mind the cameos, but it's just that like with the direction of this new one, it's like with the new era and like story wise, the writing is just kind of a hit and miss. It's just
Indeed.
just kind of feels off for me personally.
Yeah, I don't know. I always found the cameo system just sort of felt forced. Now, I don't know if the whole rumor is actually true that the game was initially supposed to be, what was it, Injustice 3 or something?
Yeah.
Right?
And
Yeah, I
Justice
but,
feel like
then
the
I-
actors would have worked better for like Injustice rather than Mortal Kombat.
I think so. Yeah.
yeah.
It just felt kind of off for some reason. But yeah, Mike, I agree. As far as the storyline side of things go, I think okay, well I'll say this. I appreciate and respect that they wanted to try and go in a new direction now that the timeline's kind of starting from scratch, but ultimately I didn't like the direction that they went in. I think it could have been a whole lot better. I think it should have been concentrated strictly on the Great Kung Lao a lot more. I mean, that's what they sort of teased,
Yeah.
you know?
It
Yeah, so
definitely is.
that was a little disappointing, and I think it's no secret, and I think the fans have spoken now when it comes to this whole I don't want to see like all the timeline things going on, all this timeline clashing, and I think they got to stop that whole thing. I think it's time to put that to rest, and I think ideally what would be a smart move to do at this point is to go back to a point in time in Mortal Kombat where we were quite happy with and just sort of expand on it then and there. Because I don't like this always moving around and, this is a different Liu Kang from this timeline and this is a different Shang Tsung from this timeline. It gets really confusing. It's hard to follow. And I'm just not very passionate about it. So hopefully we'll see something immensely different for the next game, and I will end what I'm saying by also stating that I'm not too happy with the whole microtransactions thing going on. I think that's a crappy system.
I really hate it too. I'll let you go.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's just ridiculous with the amount of prices. Like with Mortal Kombat 1 or Mortal Kombat 11, sorry. The
11.
prices were so cheap. Even if there were microtransactions, but the prices were just so cheap for DLC where people could actually afford it. Now with the cost of inflation and everything else going on in this throughout the world, people can't necessarily afford to keep buying all of this DLC that's coming with it that should have been included in the game in the first place, you know? The microtransactions I think are just too much for people. I think.
I got a fun question for y'all. If there, and guarantee there is, like a diehard fan who insists on having every single thing in the game, everything that comes out, how much do you think they've spent now altogether?
Oh my god.
A lot.
You know what? I definitely kind of feel bad for people who actually they bought the Ultimate Edition or the Premium Edition, including me. I did buy the Premium Edition, and it's like when their skins are these skins coming out that like they look really good, but it's like you don't want to like waste like extra money on it, and it's just like it just bothers me. But like with the 95 movie skins that they just dropped, like they just look so good. Like I couldn't help it. Like I recently, like I bought the 95 movie skins and they were just like the most good looking ones.
At least Scorpion was free.
Ones.
I was going to say,
Scorpion was free. Scorpion was free, and like the classic ninja skins also.
Yeah.
But would you say that the reason they're so popular is because they have the classic look, because they look like they did back in the day? They're not, trying to change too much. They just look like they should.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Deception and Deadly Alliance skins, though, some of them are a hit or a miss.
Hit or miss.
Yeah, they're hit or miss.
Yeah.
But
I've seen edits online of people who do like their own kind of thing, and to make it look so much better. I'm like, they should have kind of done that.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but especially the mods also. Which is just
mods,
like they look really fantastic compared to like what NRS brings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a shame.
I wanted to say, I want to go back to a little bit. Chelsea, what you said about the story is like, with different timelines. I kind of really I kind of hated it where Mortal Kombat is going to where like they're doing this multiverse thing. They're doing this multiverse, like what MCU is doing, and like this multiverse.
That was my biggest
just like
fear.
kind of, it's just like it's a throwaway. It's just like they're not being original with this.
No.
They're not being original at all. It's just they're really like just copy and pasting on certain stuff that we see from the MCU movies.
The problem with having the multiverse is things get confusing, but then any timeline, any storyline can just be discarded if they decide that, okay, this didn't work, we don't like it, let's just do something different. Whereas everything used to just follow a timeline before, and whatever happened was set in stone.
Yeah, and I loved that. It made it so much more exciting because it's like, wow, this is real. That actually just happened, and it's got weight to it. It's not just going to go away.
Yep.
And I think that was just so much more magical. I mean, there was a time where, Mortal Kombat I was completely captivated by it because of its story. The lore is what attracts me to it. And so the games of the originals, of course, in the 3D era, I thought were just so mesmerizing. And, I wish we could kind of go back to that type of environment, if you will. So we'll see what's in store. I hope they make a change. I love Dominic. I think he's a great guy. He's a hard worker. I don't know if WB has any input on what's going on with the story and this whole multiverse thing because it brings in money and all this. I don't know, but I think it's time to go back to the roots here.
I
agree.
I completely agree with you, Toasty, because with this storyline, I think it's just they kind of just I don't know. They probably just say F it and just say, hey, this multiverse timeline is really interesting, which most of us are not really buying it. Not really buying it and stuff. And it's just that where the story back then, like the story that we were like really deep into back in the day is just like went from like a deadly tournament to like a war against like good and evil. And to like the Armageddon.
Well,
Armageddon War.
everything we've grown to love over 30 years doesn't matter anymore.
It kind of felt disrespectful in a way.
Like some
And
characters
John
who haven't been
Vogel-
around
It
for a while
really
is different.
did.
But
It really definitely did. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and John Vogel is still on the team at NetherRealm Studios. I don't see why they can't have him come back and do like the writing for the future games. I just don't see what the issue is there. I wish
John,
they would
throw your hat into the ring. Come on, brother.
please,
Apart,
please, because he did such a great job in the 3D era writing the games stories, and I wish we could go back to that. Do that. Bring back Conquest mode, please.
And another thing that was so special about the 3D era, honestly, was the story was so in depth that you had to read all the characters' bios. You know what I mean? They each had 2 bios, or at least in Deception, and it was so fascinating to learn about these characters. I would crave for it. It's what I'd go to. First thing is I want to know who this guy is. Fuck, I don't care. Dairu. Who is this guy? I want to know about his background. Oh, wow. He used to be a Satan guard. Holy shit. You find out all this stuff and how he's a merc now and you want to kind of get revenge. Yeah, I love all that stuff.
well, he doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Don't remind me of that.
You know what? I definitely you know what? That's the essence. That's what's missing in Mortal Kombat lately, because you don't see having bio cars in the game, games. Like in the
What
games
happened
and
to
stuff,
that in the
but
attract mode?
look at the bio cars, or even the mini games, and also actually endings that would never of course we get that with the narration, but it didn't hit with Deception and Deadly Alliance endings, or the way it was presented.
Mm-hmm.
The way it was presented and stuff, and I feel like the 3D era gave us a lot.
They really did give us a lot. I mean, as Justin said, Conquest mode, the side games. That's what also made MK so special to me, was the variety. Because in my opinion, the arcade, of course, is the highlight, but you play it for so long, and to me, it's all right, I'm kind of over it. I'll play something else now or something like that. But with the 3D era, I found myself playing arcade for a nice while. It's okay, I feel like exploring a little bit. Let's go to Conquest. Play Conquest for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I feel like playing some Tetris. Let's play Puzzle. I loved that. It had a lot of replay value. And I
Chess combat too.
Yeah, oh, fuck. Don't forget chess. Don't forget even Motor. It was a little clunky, but it was fun.
Yeah, Motor Combat was fun.
If you're sick of arcade mode,
it was definitely fun. They should have done more with it, but
that's what Invasions is for, man.
This is what we have.
Oh, Chris, shut the fuck up.
Look,
Invasions. What is Invasions?
I'm not here to shit on anything, but does anybody actually enjoy Invasions?
No. It's time consuming in a bad way, because
it's a grind.
It's kind of like with MK11, but worse. You trying to get that one particular, you're just trying to get that one particular skin that you keep trying to grind for. But Invasion is just you had to go through different maps to get one particular skin that you're trying to get. And even with the Invasion bosses too. That you ain't gonna get that until you confront them. And it's just there's really ain't no mini games besides test your might, or they don't have test your sight. And they said they was gonna have it was rumors that they were gonna have different mini games, but
they did.
But where is it? We don't see that. They didn't give us that.
It's true.
I feel like it was good. I feel like they really ripped us off on this mode, to be honest. They could have added a lot more, or they could have make a different game mode for people who don't really enjoy Invasion.
Are so gorgeous. Could you imagine just having free roam in those environments?
Yeah,
it's definitely hit and miss. Before we get too off topic, how about we jump across to the Year 2 announcement. So what I'll do is I'll play the trailer now, and we'll discuss it when it's all done.
There are no sacred laws, no divine rules. I choose what is right. I hold the power. And I choose to bless all beings everywhere with anarchy.
This new Havoc is different from ours. He doesn't want freedom. He wants to burn everything down.
Let real warriors handle this. My will is unbreakable.
The future is chaos. All must embrace it.
You sound like Bihan.
I am he, though not as you remember.
What did Havoc do to you?
He perfected me.
First Shang Tsung, now this Havoc?
This will be amusing.
Will the threats from these titans never cease? Tell me, how do we escape this crisis?
It disgusts me how you've corrupted the Lin Kuei.
Make no mistake, we are here because of your treachery.
There will be blood. Do you like scary movies?
Finish him. Animalities.
All right, there you go. There's your look at the Khaos Reigns expansion trailer, which is due to release on September 24th. What do you guys think?
I feel it's a letdown, honestly.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what? Every time, like, they will, NRS will announce like a DLC pack, and it's really good. This one right here, this was like just a miss.
The only one I care about is
like
Noob.
most of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Noob looks
exactly.
pretty
Noob,
damn
like
cool.
Like, I'm happy Noob is back, but it's just like, dog, what's this green what's this green shit on you, dog?
Yeah.
Like, what the
Right.
heck, bro?
It
What
was
you-
raise
purple
questions.
before. I don't understand the green.
Yeah,
It was
it's like
purple. It was always purple.
like a walking Monster Energy drink. What are you doing? Like,
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that we
Like-
get to see Bihan actually corrupted by Havoc. That's going to be a really cool part of the story
Yeah.
to watch. And maybe
Yeah.
that's where the green
Well-
comes from, but it's not the noob Cybot that we know. Again, it's something that's been changed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, because new Sabot in that trailer, he said Havoc perfected him and stuff like that. Kind of like what he said Quan Chi perfected him, but it's Havoc this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I guess, again, the reason why he's the most popular choice is because he's like he's always been. Like, his moves are pretty similar. He's not a huge departure like some of the other characters.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like Sektor and Cyrax. I mean, this is my issue. I feel like because Sektor and Cyrax were cameos, and they wanted to include more females in the combat pack just to please everybody, just to say that they included more females in there. Well, they could have at least taken Sonya, who was a female, or Serena,
Or Serena.
and made them DLC rather than taking two iconic cyborgs that we know and love and gender swapping them to be female. I mean, make it make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me that they would have
gotta
to
add-
gender swap two iconic characters and call them female and call it a day. It just doesn't make any
It's
sense to me.
disappointing.
Well,
But
yeah,
honestly,
They
I
could have added Jade. Like,
Jade, yes.
Or Jade.
Jade and Sonya
Jade was right
and
there.
Serena would have been perfect.
Yep.
I think a lot of people would have been, fuck, dare I say, everyone would be way happier if it was that. Yeah, I think a lot of it too just probably has to be, I don't know, maybe a push from the studio just to be more in with the times and stuff like that. So they insisted on doing that. I don't know. But I mean, that's always a very, very dangerous game to play. Doing something as drastic as changing the gender of a combatant that's been around since,
But then again,
my
they
God,
already-
95.
Since
Everyone
MK3.
knows who since MK3. Everyone knows who Cyrax and Sektor is, behind all that metal and whatnot. We know exactly who they are. To me, a perfect example, I don't know, it's almost like, to me, putting James Bond in the next movie as a female. Everyone would go crazy. It just doesn't make sense.
Forever.
That's not how the character was written. Yeah, I understand. It's a new timeline. Things can change. I think maybe to a slight degree, some things can maybe be interesting, but I think there's a fine line, and you don't want to push it too far. And this is a perfect example, ladies and gentlemen, of pushing it too far.
Well,
because as far as I'm concerned, looking on the community, nobody is impressed by this. It's just a bold move, but kind of a lousy one. I'm not impressed by it. I can tell you guys aren't. I just think it was done very poorly.
Well, yeah, but they already gender swapped Johnny Cage too with Janet Cage. They already did that, and then
Yeah, they did that.
with Madame Ball. So
Yeah.
that's kind of gender swapping as well.
But the difference with those characters is they're different people.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Yes.
true.
So, for example,
Yeah.
Madame Bo is a different character. So, if they had two female, cyborgs, and they were different characters, different names,
I'd be
different
fine.
colors, it'd be fine.
Yeah,
I'd be fine.
Yeah,
But they've
it
literally
could've been-
taken two
I'd
iconic
support-
characters. And then there's also a disparity because now we've got the cameos are male, but the main characters are female. And I've also seen a mention that they're no longer cyborgs, so these are like Iron Man suits.
yeah.
Iron Man or vibranium. I call it vibranium or some shit because here's the thing, because it's like the Iron Man cyber suits, they're really taking the MCU road with this
Yeah.
two characters, and it's just come on, why the Lin Kuei? Because with this new timeline, the Lin Kuei, they're not really cyber. It's not cyber cybernetic transition and stuff. It's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
they're just
weird.
it's just like metal. It's just like technology. It's technology just being used in advancement.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the proper timeline to put that in. To put all that technology in.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a disparity between your cameos and your main fighters. It's almost like they don't live from the same timeline. Feels a bit strange when you use them.
Yeah.
Who asked for this? Who wanted this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Nobody.
I got a question. I got a question for y'all. Who asked for Ghostface?
That's just
the thing.
so damn
This is
random.
what I've been saying for many games now.
God.
Like, every time we get a combat pack, it is a chance for a character, someone's favorite, or a brand new character to come into the game. And to have half the pack in 1 and 2 taken up by guests is a missed opportunity. It's painful.
Waste of slot. Waste of
And
a
not
slot.
just that.
It really
Conan.
is.
Who wanted Conan?
That's the one that I take issue with. Conan the Barbarian.
No, okay, hold on. So, okay, here's the thing. Like, I don't really mind guest characters to be in Mortal Kombat, but it's just like guest characters that could fit in Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Like
That seem appropriate.
fit the essence
Fit
of
the
it.
atmosphere.
Like hell, Kratos, for example.
Kratos
is a
and
perfect
Freddy
example.
were perfect.
Spawn is a perfect example.
Yep.
He could be
Spawn?
Spawn because like he would be canon to the damn universe. I would do not mind having that. And
Like instead of Conan the... Go ahead.
Conan the Barbarian. But like, hold on. But they could have added Doomslayer. He was
Sure.
right there.
Yeah. Or like, and a dream for me personally, I don't think they'd ever do it, is instead of fucking Conan the Barbarian, get somebody from like Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
That suits Mortal Kombat so well.
Fulgor, Jago, Orchid.
Jago,
You need another
Cinder,
female. Put Orchid.
Glacius.
Put
Orchid, yeah. Orchid.
What the hell? What the hell? Come on,
God.
guys.
But this is the thing. Like, I've seen people out there saying that if you love guests, then you're not a true Mortal Kombat fan. Because if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you want Mortal Kombat characters, right?
I agree.
Yep.
That's all I've ever wanted.
Go back to
personally.
Armageddon.
I mean,
How many? Give me Taven and Dagon. Like, Dagon was in Takeda's ending. Shujinko. Give me Suhao for crying out loud.
Give me meat.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah,
I'll take mocap over any of these.
Meat.
Meat.
Give us the goopy ass characters. Like, give us like meat, or even the rumor characters like
Zebron.
as like non-existent. Chrome. Give us Chrome.
Belloc.
Yeah.
Belloc.
Yeah, Belloc.
That's a dream.
Yeah.
That's a dream.
Sabron.
Yeah, but it's
Zebron or Zebron. Did I say it's
Zebron.
Zebron? It's Zebron or Zebron?
Zebron, I think.
Zebron, I think.
I just really feel
Rare
like,
Robin. God damn it.
They missed the mark massively with this one. And again, these sorts of characters I think fit better in like an Injustice game to see like Ghostface jumping around because it's comical, it's more fun, it's lighthearted. Whereas Mortal Kombat's serious, and you know, like having someone like Liu Kang who's all about saving, you know, all of existence versus Ghostface just looks stupid.
Well,
Oh God.
Dude,
I remember in our Mortal Kombat group chat that we have on Twitter or X, somebody mentioned that what if Ghostface was a Mortal Kombat character underneath? Like a long lost Mortal Kombat character. Because Ghostface could be anybody underneath that mask in the movies. So what if it was a Mortal Kombat character underneath the mask? That would make it a little more interesting, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem right still.
But at the same time, almost a little too goofy. Yeah.
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 That'll be like at San Diego Comic Con where Robert Downey Jr. was revealed as Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom.
That would be goofy as hell. But
Yeah.
dude, as far as this Pac-Man, I see Ghostface. He's just another training dummy to me. He's just training dummy to me. I don't really care about Ghostface. Yeah, yeah. This is like, dude. This is like I'm gonna like make combo videos up on your ass. Like I don't care about you. Like for real. Like Ghostface, you're not that scary. Like with all the Scream movies, like you're not that scary. I'm just saying.
No.
Yeah,
Ghostface is not that scary.
The T-1000 is definitely
you're just a
scary as
dude
stuff them all.
in a Halloween costume. That's it. with the
I've
knife.
seen Pennywise have more requests than Ghostface. I'm really surprised.
Or even
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. But like looking at, say, the T1000, how the hell would that work? I mean, like in the movie T2, Arnie pumps him with so much lead and he just gets up. Like, you think a few punches and kicks are going to hurt him? Like, how's that going to work?
I don't,
You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. But they got the voice. They got the actor who played him. They got that
Robert Patrick.
Yeah, Robert Patrick is so. You know what I'm kind of curious is that like now T1000, Robert Patrick and John Cena as Peacemaker in the same game now. That would be interesting though, because I know y'all saw Peacemaker the show, right? Yeah, and like Robert Patrick plays Peacemaker's dad.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, oh shit, this is full circle.
They used Arnie already. Now Arnie's back again
Twice.
as Conan.
Which is,
do you think they got the same voice actor who did him in as Terminator? I wonder.
don't know.
I wonder. Yeah.
I just don't
Overdoing it.
understand the decision making, because Mortal Kombat's been around for that long. If they use characters that already exist, they've already got a massive list to choose from, right? Why would you go down this route? And secondly, we're still getting to the point now where we're in year 2 and there's no new characters. Like, I don't think there's ever been a Mortal Kombat game without the introduction of a character of some sort.
Yeah.
Like, why are you
kinda
not
true.
introducing new people in?
Yeah, it's like I think my guess is like with the business practices, with the business decision from WB.
Yes. Yeah.
It's probably from them. Because with the DLC, with like the decisions of like which DLC characters that they're gonna put in for it, and it feels like they want to balance out with 3 MK characters and 3 guest characters, which is like, it's kind of too much.
Yeah,
it could have like 4 or 5 MK characters and 1 guest character.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a lot better.
Much better.
Yeah,
balance,
would
I
have been a
think.
lot more better. It would have made a whole lot of people happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's my hot take on the whole cameo system. The way I would have done it, I would have had a base roster, and that roster, the first person you select is your main fighter, and then you select from the same roster for your cameo. So everyone who's a cameo can also be a main fighter, depending on the order that you select. What that also does is open the door to single player, because you could just select one, and it also opens the door to tag team, because every character is a full character. So you could have 3 modes. You could have single player, you could have your cameo mode, and you could have a tag team. Then
I'm
you
in
won't
the
have the
minority
problem
of
of
this.
people being a cameo, but they want to, my favorite is only a cameo. I want to play them as a main character. Well, you can do that if we went down this road.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want to say, of course, that I'm in the minority of this, but I really love tag team in MK9.
Yeah.
I love tag team mode in Mortal Kombat.
I was with you on that. I'm with you on that.
It was
I like
fun.
it too.
Because here's the thing, people hate. Because here's what I don't understand with the MK Twitter discourse, that people don't like tag team mode for some odd reason. Because
According to statistics. Yeah.
yeah, which is just weird. Because
Odd.
yeah, because all they didn't play like Marvel vs. Capcom or Tekken
Yeah, I was going to say all
Tag.
those Marvel games, like that was so popular, and just I remember playing Marvel vs. Capcom or Marvel vs. Street Fighter versus X-Men or X-Men versus Street Fighter. There we go. In the arcade.
You'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
And-
it's all right. It's same game. Don't worry.
Just the rush of having a character, and then you're getting low on health, so you swap out, and then that person's healing while the other one's fighting. Like, that's fun.
Yeah, that definitely fun. And it's you have two you can pick two of your favorite MK characters and put it on a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed pairing like Liu Kang and Kung Lao together, and Noob and Smoke together, and and Johnny Cage and Sonya together, and so that was fun.
That's always fun.
Yes,
Well,
always
It's a
fun.
highlight.
Here's a very interesting thing. Considering the main draw card of this game is the cameo system, does anyone else find it really strange that cameos are not mentioned at all?
In like
Yeah.
story
In this
wise, or
trailer.
just like
Year 2, we're talking about what's coming for Mortal Kombat, and there's no mention of cameos at all.
That's true. yeah, there's like
They don't
cameo
show-
that is
DLC.
true. There's really no cameos in this pack.
Yeah, so there's no mention of who's being added to the cameo roster. In the gameplay for Sektor and Cyrax, there's no cameo that pops in to assist. What's up with that?
Yeah.
yeah,
You raise a good point.
that's really
Yeah.
weird. That's really weird.
And my
that
chair's broken,
they-
so please excuse my movements.
Just
It's okay.
sinking away. It's okay, Chris.
Not really noticeable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just found that really strange because, like, every game has, like, you know, MKX was all about variations and all the rest of it, and this game's arguably all about the cameo system. So where on earth are the cameos? Like, even that last slide where it talks about Combat Pack 2 and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't say anything about cameos, like, you know, 8 cameos coming to be announced or nothing.
Maybe they just wanted to announce so many things at once because there's story here, there's DLC characters, the general ones, and Animalities. Maybe they just want to save some more surprises for later.
Well, I mean,
Maybe.
you could still
Maybe.
announce
Don't-
how many cameos are coming, but not tell us who they are.
That's true. They could
like-
still put cameos in
Yeah.
the text or in the description, and they didn't say
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Well, we might have to see what happens when,
Yeah.
like, during like their second batch of DLC, because they might throw some in, like, completely out of nowhere during like this pack's run.
Yeah.
you
That's
don't
what I'm
suppose they're
thinking.
running out of data or like running out of space to put more cameos, do you? Like, do you think that might
I
be
don't
too
think so.
big or too much
I don't
data in
think
the
so.
game? No.
No.
Uh,
I definitely
kind
think it's
of,
possible.
but at the same time, I don't think so, because they say they're planning on bringing more
Multi,
stuff.
yeah.
But like, I'm kind of iffy on what they're gonna do. So
that's worrying to me too, because at the moment, this is one of the, at least in modern times, probably one of the least popular Mortal Kombat games. And yet it's the game that will probably arguably be supported more than any other game. So we're kind of stuck with it for a while. So I've seen a lot of videos of people talking about the game and saying that they were hopeful that the Year 2 announcements would fix everything that's wrong with it. Because you can argue that at this point now, a lot has been fixed compared to when the game first came out. But there's still a way to go. And I think, aside from the combat pack sort of not being great, the story I think will be fantastic, but once that's played through, like, that's it really.
I like that
And
Havoc's
then-
kind of the
Yeah.
highlight. That's neat.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I really think
Havoc-
that they need game modes. Like, where are the modes?
yeah,
That's what everyone's complaining about. There's sort of nothing to do. Invasions is not fun.
No.
And I really thought they would introduce... Because Ed actually, when he tweeted, he actually said, continuing story, future fighters, and big surprises. What are the big surprises? Like Animalities?
Yeah,
I sort
that's
of
probably what he
saw
meant.
that coming because
mean-
they were adding like a new ality every game, and that was the only one that hadn't been added.
yeah.
It's just crazy because Ed's like always like asking the fans, what do you want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to see? The thing that, as far as I'm concerned, everyone wants to see is Conquest.
Conquest.
Like, if they
Yeah.
announced that or even like did the smallest little tease for it at the end of like this announcement, like, fuck, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be in tears, man.
I
I'd be
know.
like, that's my childhood
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I'd be jumping off my chair right now.
I'd be
going
screaming.
all in on it.
I will
I'd be
like.
I'd go
Screaming.
nuts.
I'll lose,
Yeah,
my,
that's-
I'll lose my shit. Is like one of the
Yeah.
one of the mini games will be on MK1. Like
Yeah.
if they
Sure.
were bringing back puzzle combat, I will I will destroy my room.
It's so addicting.
I will lose my shit.
It's so addicting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, It's crazy.
I used to have people that would come over and just play Puzzle Combat, and they weren't even particularly a fighter fan or anything, or even MK fan. But you just have so much fun with some of your other friends out there.
I played so much of it.
Yeah, it was incredible.
I love that love that mini game so much.
Yeah.
I still have fond memories of going out with a friend. We went to study together, and then we would come back with McDonald's and just play Conquest and just explore. And one guy would eat his burger while the other guy was running around. It was so fun.
Oh,
like so.
Those were the golden days.
Yeah,
yeah.
And
the golden days
were
just
like in this story. Obviously, we've got Titan Havoc. The whole notion of Titans, I'm not really that big of a fan of. But
I wish they didn't introduce that.
There's one
Titans.
Yeah.
Elder Gods was the top tier, man.
His shirt's missing.
Yes,
and he's got like six
dots on his
kind of like
chest.
splats or something, and they seem to match the colors of the Kamidogu.
Yes, I caught that.
So,
yeah,
I hope that's the reintroduction. I've always loved the Kamidogu idea.
Yes.
I can't stop. Damn you, Justin, and your awesome backdrop.
God, I Justin. Dude, okay, listen. Your stuff at the wall, the Kamidogu and everything, dude, I still have that amulet that I bought from you.
Oh, cool.
Come on, man. Plug the store. Plug the store.
Hold on.
All right.
This is the way of plugging it into your store, bro.
That's craftsmanship.
Because, like, when I saw this, I immediately, like, I need to snatch this from you. There's no way. Because it's just so... It looks gorgeous. Yeah,
thank you so much.
All the hard work that you've done, man, dude, it's just too good, man.
Well, here's a question.
I really, really 100%. Appreciate all your support. The fans are what keep me going in this, keep my business going, and I just love what I do because of the fans. It's just,
and it's just another dimension on Etsy, right?
Yeah.
Well,
say that again.
Your store's called Another Dimension. 3D
yes, Another Dimension 3D on Etsy, correct.
Yep, definitely support Justin because his work's epic.
Cop all his
Kamidogus. I can't wait to have those Kamidogu hanging on the wall behind me.
Same.
But speaking of the stuff on his chest, do you think that is Kamidogu related?
I think it could be.
It has to be, right?
Because it's started to light up as what appeared to be a portal in front of him or something. Yeah. It was being activated, so it could be Kamidogu. That's what I'm thinking.
Do you think that that along with we saw Onaga in, I think, is it Raiko's ending possibly?
Raiko?
Do you think that
Chris,
there's a
who's
chance?
Onaga.
Do you think Onaga? Do you think that the big surprise is Onaga coming into the story? Do you think Onaga's coming back? Come on, please.
Okay.
Say
okay.
Yes.
Here's the thing with Havoc's got all this, like, to me, I see it, it's like the Kamidogu is treated as like Affinity Stones. Yeah. Because, like, I don't think you probably saw like the colors and stuff, and what's lighting up. It's something's happening. Something's happening, like when it's like it's on his chest. So we might have to see what he's like. Is he summoning something? Is he summoning a portal, or what Justin said? And just like, what is this? What does this lead to?
Maybe it's coming out, and Onaga's coming through that or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
I mean, to me, I see it as like this is Attack on Titan Havoc. Because I just hate the like the name. It's like, why is Titan? Like, all the gods are up there, but why?
Who's
Titan?
typing their college thesis?
Oh god! I mean, we thought that Onaga was going to come back with the Lost Tomb, though. When we saw the Lost Tomb in the first part of Mortal Kombat 1, but we never saw him. So I hope that this second part with the Kamidogu on his chest, or if that is the Kamidogu anyway, is a sign that Onaga's coming back in maybe part 3 or at the end of part 2 here. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one looks like we're going to get like chaos variations of a lot of the arenas, which looks pretty cool. But I also noticed at the end of the trailer, you've got 4 pre-order skins. So you've got Ultimate MK3 Sub-Zero and Noob, as well as Empress Melina and Wedding Scorpion, which seems strange. But then when you look at one little part of the trailer, he's actually in that attire. So I'm wondering if he's actually marrying Harumi in the story mode, and then it gets interrupted somehow, and that's why he's wearing that.
He probably is, because
theory.
Scorpion's ending, because Guan Ying's ending in MK1, it definitely, like, it showed, like, he's, like, actually married Harumi, so he got that web, so that webbing skin for Scorpion is there for a reason.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Harumi's voice actress came out, a few months ago and leaked that she was going to be a cameo, and now that's all been taken away. So that, she could possibly be one of the cameos that has not been released. We'll have to wait and see. But if they made her like a main roster character, there's a new character, but are they going to waste her potential on a cameo? Because it would be cool to actually have some new faces in the roster too that aren't Ghostface.
Yeah. I've always liked it when they'll introduce some newer characters. But I don't know about you guys, but from what I've seen in the community though, a lot of the newer characters that they've created since MKX haven't exactly been received very well though.
Yeah.
I see there's a lot of people who don't like them. Like I know Justin's least favorite character ever is Devora.
I mean, you kill Melina, you kill Baraka, you kill Scorpion, that's it. Done.
This one is not happy.
Hey, at least it's not in this one, so I'm just praying she won't pop up. But I just noticed that with Conan part of the pack, I feel like they're gonna borrow Koto's movements for.
Oh
Conan.
yeah,
they could.
I feel like they might gonna do that.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
I actually feel like Sektor borrows a lot of Jackie's movements in the gameplay.
I can see that.
Aside from the flamethrower, but there's those weird telescopic arms that come out of the shoulders, which are a bit strange. But if you actually look at a lot of the air combos, there seems to be like little jets in the arms as well. Just reminds me of Jackie.
Oh fuck! What if Jackie is Cyrax in this new one? Oh shit!
That's
true.
Oh
that's
shit!
True.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
What if Jackie is Cyrax? Think about that, because if this is Liu Kang's new era, this timeline, and it's these two female characters, female ninjas,
Cyborgs,
Cyborgs.
ninjas and stuff, but they're not cyborg. They're part of the Link
Iron
Way.
women.
They're part of the Link Way and stuff. That would be interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
But again, it's a retcon if that happens. So it's so many retcons.
It is.
So many retcons.
My brain hurts.
All these retcons are absurd. That's why I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to follow the story now, to be honest, because it's just all over the place with so many changes. That, I just wish we could go back.
I don't know. Take me back. Just take me back to where it leads up to Armageddon, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will.
I wish they could have just stopped Armageddon from happening, and then there's just something else is going on after that. It's same universe, same timeline. There will be a whole bunch of other dramatic events that happen afterwards.
And then 60 characters.
In a perfect world.
Yep, 60 characters that are still existing, and all the 3D era characters that we know and love are still going to be around. I mean, I
or at least most.
And an actual tournament too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got really excited when they introduced 3D era characters here in Mortal Kombat 1. There's quite a few of them that we know and love, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know, I'm still kind of disappointed in how they were perceived in this game, though.
Well, I mean, like Chris said, Dairu doesn't even exist anymore.
I know.
Does he?
That's some
No,
bullshit.
he doesn't.
I know. That is
What the-
BS.
Yeah, the fact that Daro is Havoc in this new one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's just like,
Technically,
why?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Why?
what? This is not the Havoc that I know. What happened to the
Mhm.
What happened to the character I love? Like,
Yeah.
y'all masqueraded. This is
Yeah.
not
Not
this
a
is
happy
not
camper.
even. This is not even like the Havoc that like you know, like break his own neck, of course, but he's not the chaotic Havoc that I know from Deception.
Right.
Yeah, and he still hasn't got his that low fireball where he snaps his knees backwards.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
god! And
why
he
was that
heals.
left out. Yeah,
Or spins his torso around in a complete 360 spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I mean,
wouldn't
he
really
has
get
that.
that in this. It's
I mean,
not,
he has
it's not
that.
as noticeable in this game as it was in Deception, though. It's not
Mhm.
really as noticeable or prominent.
Yeah.
Or completely snap backwards and fall to the floor. That was...
Yeah.
Havoc was just perfect in that game. And
Yeah.
Deception.
Oh
He was
yeah.
perfect.
Definitely. I kind of just felt like with this MK1 I had to introduce into like the 3D era characters like Rico, Havoc, even like Astra too. Astra also. It kind of like this going like with a different direction. Well, Astra, they haven't changed her a lot. They really haven't changed her a lot. She was still
but
the
her
same.
moves have changed a lot.
Move change, yeah. Move wise, yeah, they
moves,
changed
yes.
her. Ryuko, I would say the same thing because he doesn't have the like that cycle kick that he usually has.
Right.
As I kind of miss about that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Animalities, probably the best part of the trailer.
That's
Yes.
the most. That's
By far.
like one of the positives about this pack.
Yes.
The Animalities.
Yeah. They're obviously no longer like stylized cartoon-looking characters that are like colorful. They're just like actual realistic-looking characters, and the Animalities are just brutal.
They
Just
look
savage.
very well
Yeah,
done.
really
very,
Yeah.
very,
Very well
brutal.
done.
I want to know who turns into the gorilla. I saw that. I saw that. in the trailer, like, who's
Hopefully it's not
Who's turn-
Reptile.
no? Oh God,
Yeah,
no!
imagine.
That would be. Did you know what? Like from this little chimpanzee to this big fucking gorilla. Like, damn, he grown.
we do see a scorpion. Do you think that's actually Scorpion, or do you
I
think
hope so.
Scorpion is still a penguin?
I hope so. It better be. It actually it will
Penguin,
be.
yeah.
It actually will
Penguin.
be.
Because I remember, was it Shiva that used to turn into the Scorpion,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Shiva.
and Scorpion was the penguin with the exploding egg, right?
Yeah.
That's
So
a personal
stupid.
favorite.
Which makes no
You
sense.
know what? Sub-Zero got to turn to a penguin in this new one.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah,
other
or
choice.
Polar bear.
That's true.
Polar bear
Polar bear,
Or-
yeah.
Yeah.
The Coca-Cola bear.
or a
The
Canadian.
Coca-Cola bear. Yeah.
But all I know is the porcupine one is rain. Because they did
the
show
pufferfish?
Oh, pufferfish.
Pufferfish.
Yeah.
a pufferfish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I call
that
it
was
porcupine. I don't know.
epic.
I don't know why I call it porcupine fish. But yeah. But yeah, because somebody recorded from the panel at Comic-Con, they
Mhm.
kind of like actually showed
was
showed it. I was like, okay, it's
Yeah.
perfect. Cause all the water
Well,
stuff.
Here's a question, right? You see a wolf and like a spirit wolf, so you instantly think night wolf, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there is no night wolf.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
not in
confusing.
the
Yeah, that's
game,
weird.
But
Who
And
could
you
that
also
be?
see a T-Rex, like a skeletal T-Rex.
Mhm.
And that used to
Yeah.
be Striker, but Striker is a cameo, so do the cameos have Animalities too?
mhm.
Or do they give it to someone else?
yeah.
Huh.
Because
Um,
cameos have fatalities, so could they have Animalities too?
interesting.
Possibly.
Interesting. But yeah, the wolf and the spirit wolf really confused me because that can only be night wolf.
Naturally. Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how that could fit with anybody else. Just seems a bit strange.
Should be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Kano has an animality that turns into a spider.
Yeah.
Right?
Tarantula.
The tarantula, yeah. Oh. I wonder if somebody turns into a tarantula in this game. Somebody probably had arachnophobia if that happens.
Because what do we have? We had the hippo as well. The hippo looked awesome.
I want to see a great white shark
coyote
in this.
Oh my God, Justin! Yeah, that would be something to see.
Yeah,
great white
I
shark.
thought that would be perfect for that because of his teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the praying
maybe
mantis.
the T-Rex is Baraka.
Baby. Could be. But I don't want to know who turned to the hippo. the hungry hippo.
Yeah, I think that's certainly going to be the most fun part of this pack.
Excited.
And it's
Yep,
free.
me too.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's free
update.
after you pay the enormous fee to actually download the expansion. I think I saw there's two versions. There's the expansion and then there's a bundle. The bundle includes Combat Pack 1 as well. And it's like $50 or something. It's pretty pricey.
I saw that. It's for people who didn't actually buy the Combat Pack 1, so they actually get it with Pack 2.
Yeah.
So
and they're also
it's like
not making the
$10
Combat Pack 2 available on its own. You have to buy the whole expansion. Which I think is like $40 or something US.
I saw something on there that you could just buy Combat Pack 2. I swear I did. Unless I'm just going crazy.
So.
I swear I definitely read something that said that you had to buy the whole expansion because of everything ties in with each other.
Jesus.
So I believe you have to buy it all in one. They may change, I don't know, but that's what I've been led to believe. Which is
WB.
Yeah.
WB.
At least throw some easy fatality tokens in or something, please.
Dragon coins. Oh god, it could have been $20. Like,
yeah.
Street Fighter 6, their pack is like 30. I think 30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're 30. I think I've probably been wrong, but that's a good price.
Nevertheless, more of a decent price.
Yeah, more of a decent price.
And like I will say, MK1, I'd say MK1 has the most cinematic, most epic story mode. Regardless of what happens in the story, I think the story mode's epic compared to the others. Like, just the production value, everything is out of this world. And there are costs involved with all of that. And we are getting story, or extra story with this expansion. So I guess that may kind of lend to the price being higher, like being okay. But I still think it's too expensive.
Yeah. It's too expensive for the story. For like the story and stuff. And also like with the exclusive skins, if you pre-order like the pack, you get like the 4 skins that they showed off. 2 was just interesting to me because of the classic skins, because Sub-Zero, Noob. Because that was like kind of missing. Noob Saibot was definitely missing out of like the whole ninja roster.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was.
There's just a lack of love for the females too, I think, because so many of these skins are for the guys. And we did get like Deadly Alliance, Nitara, and Limei, and Sindel, or Deception Sindel. But overall, there haven't really been many skins for the women at all.
Not for Katana and Melina.
Yeah. And I think, like, I know they did them in MK11, but, they can still do Deadly Alliance or Deception skins. Like, everyone wants Melina's Deception skin, right?
Oh,
like,
yes.
that is such an iconic costume. I love it. Yeah. I as excited as I am to see that they are going into year 2, and Ed did talk about this game being supported for many years, I really think they missed the mark.
Yeah. Pretty much.
They needed more modes. And I really think I don't like the rotating store. I think that, I haven't played Street Fighter 6, but I believe that if you go into the store, you just have a huge list of stuff you can buy and it's always there. So if there's something that you want, you should be able to save up for it and in 6 months' time, just go into the store and purchase it. You shouldn't be able to miss out on things or have to wait for a rotation because not everyone has the time to check every day.
I agree.
And even with the at the end of the only season of Invasions that I ever finished was season 5 because there was the Khaos Reigns arena variation. I wanted to get that. But now that season's done, you can't get it anymore. There's no way to get it, which I think is terrible. You shouldn't be locked out of content. The crypt, the good thing about the crypt was you could go online and find out what was in whatever coffin or in whatever section, and you could save up for it and just buy it. And if you wanted it, it's yours. You don't have to work around a store that rotates. You don't have to get a certain type of currency to then convert to this to go and get that. MK11's crypt, everything was just random, more or less. So you couldn't... All you did was just unlock a bunch of crap you didn't want. And you never had a chance to really go for what you actually did want.
The old system was great. It was well done and, way less of a low blow. Yeah, I kind of miss it.
Yeah, with the crypt and stuff, it give us a unique presentation because you can walk around. MK11's crypt was really good.
Yeah,
because you could just in third person, you could just go around with all exploring throughout the classic arenas and stuff, and you spend money and even kill things, do things in the crypt to get money or
that's another thing. That's another thing. The classic arenas. I want to touch base on that a little bit. I'm surprised we didn't get any classic arenas with this new expansion pack, or any stage fatalities for that matter. This time around, we don't have any stage fatalities in MK1, which I find unusual.
Considering
that's what's kind of odd about this new. That's what's kind of odd about it because there's no stage fatalities.
Yeah,
just the launch. There's really ain't no stage fatalities on all of the stages.
Yeah,
you see stages that are returning, but it's not in the way that you used to see. Like the Wuxi Academy, Living Forest, the pyramid,
the
Armageddon pyramid,
Argus.
Yeah, the Lost Tomb.
Yeah, I really think
none
with the
of them
arenas,
fatalities.
they would have had a little bit more fan service from the 3D era in that sense. I don't think they brought back a lot of 3D era characters, but we didn't get any sort of classic arenas, which was a little strange.
Yeah, especially since this is a reset of the timeline. You would think that we would have the Pit or the Deadpool or some of the classic arenas that we know and love from Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, but we didn't get any. That is
You'd
bizarre.
think for sure.
The Wasteland,
The
Wasteland,
the Portal.
The Portal. That's long overdue.
The Portal is iconic. Yep.
Yeah, the Portal has been missing for years.
Yep.
They didn't even include that in Mortal Kombat 9, which is really disappointing.
Yeah, Deception, I think, was the last game that had it.
Deception was the last game that they had. That the Portal was
So what's that? 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. Yeah,
when you think about it,
MK's Deception 20th anniversary is coming up.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Wow.
And yeah, that game. I think that game is still untouched. It's just so good.
Absolutely.
Amen, brother. Amen.
It's just ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It really was.
All right, guys. Should we get on to our final thoughts, you think?
Sure.
Who wants to kick it off?
Yeah.
Anyone?
I'll go first. Final thoughts about this pack is... I'm not gonna lie, this is the most, out of all the packs, I kind of what we like, you saw everything. I feel like this pack is just 2 pack of ass, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you brought in, like, here's the thing. I'm trying my best not to be like, head ass about this, because New Sabot is the only character out of this pack like I'm happy about.
Yep.
And it's just like, Animalities are back. New Sabot's classic skin is there. Like, Sub-Zero's MK3 skin is there. Everything else, man, I just, like, the story, we'll see how that goes, because there was just stuff in that story that's just like, this is like completely like MCU reference. Like, that's how I just see it.
Yeah.
And as far as like with guest characters, like, dude, this is just a waste. Like,
I agree.
Conan, it could have been Kotal. T-1000, I don't know what they're gonna do with T-1000 and stuff. Like, I've seen the movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day, but it's NRS. So Ghostface, that's just a training dummy in the combat pack. That's not even a character. That's not even a fighting character, to be honest.
Yeah.
I never see Ghostface fight. I never see Ghostface fight, like, in a 1v1 fight. Only time you see him in a fight is like Scary Movie. That's it. The first Scary Movie with the parody, right? That's it. Oh god, they had that gear pieces with Ghostface. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of that would be cool. But overall, this Combat Pack 2 of MK1, like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling this stuff. I'm not happy about it personally. New Sabai is the only one, because that's my boy. That's my edgelord ninja. So I'm happy he's in. I just don't like the green shit on him. Like, I don't know what chaos. I don't know what Havoc put in this man. Like, Havoc just gave this man like Chaos Realms Monster Energy drink or whatever. So
I hope they change it.
Representing the brand.
Because people hated Ermac's look without the mask, and they listened and they put the mask on, so I hope they get rid of the green shit.
Yeah. But they gave the classic skin for Ermac, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's all I got to say about that. New Sabot all the way. Combat Pack 2 is just ass.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to... Straight up.
That's all I gotta say.
Nah, brother, you know, I second what you said, really, pretty much exactly that. Noob Saibot, yeah, I'm happy. Out of all the ninja type characters, he is my number one. I've always appreciated Noob Saibot, so having him, throw his hat into the ring is pretty damn cool. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with him story-wise and things like this. But in terms of the actual core story for the DLC, I'm not getting my hopes up too high because, I've been a little disappointed by a lot of these stories with the whole timeline shenanigans. So, we will see how that goes. Now, I just really wish we could have gotten more sort of characters that haven't really been in the limelight for a long time. I wish we could have got some big surprises. I think it's great that Noob Saibot is coming back, but maybe I'm minority here, but I kind of wish there was still somebody else instead who we would have been like, whoa, I wasn't seeing that coming. You know what I mean? I think it's a cool opportunity and chance for them to really just explore that character, maybe bring some new cool things to him or her. But I don't know. It was pretty funny how you guys mentioned like Belloc and stuff like that earlier. Belloc's always been a dream character of mine. Sadly, I don't think it will ever happen because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the rights to that character is owned by Eurocom. But I just think he's such a cool character because he kind of looks like he's something from the NetherRealm, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How often do you have like such big, gigantic NetherRealm characters play a prominent role in the story? You don't see that much. You know what I mean? Or or heck, if they want to bring more female characters, bring like a female sorceress or something like that to have a big role. That would have been pretty cool. Speaking of newer characters. But yeah, it's just kind of bums me out that half the pack is DLC, or sorry, guest characters. Never was a big fan of them. If you are going to have guest characters, at least have them set in tone. So Killer Instinct would have been ideal for me. But Animalities, definitely a 10 out of 10 on that one. Stoked to see what the other ones will be. Hopefully we'll see a flapping great white shark there, Justin McCollum. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so that's my thought about that. I was pretty bummed when I saw the actual leaked photo of the revealed cast, because it was kind of leaked, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Maybe I had my hopes up too high. I was hoping for a conquest mode conclusively. We all want it. Ed's been kind of hinting at it, so when I seen there was not even a fraction of a hint, I guess you can say I had blue balls, and I'm still suffering severely. Help me. So that's how the cookie crumbles. That's what I gotta say. What was it Mike said? Yeah, that's ass.
I said a 2-pack. I said a 2-pack of ass. 2-pack of ass.
Oh, shit, Mo.
Yeah, sorry to say it, but it's true.
Speaking of ass, I'm actually going to officially label this Combat Pack Poo. As in P-O-O.
If there was like a fart, if there was like a farting sound effect, then that would have been so much better.
Yeah, top it off. Yeah,
top it off.
I do think it deserves to be called Combat Pack Poo, because I think the gender swapping of Sektor and Cyrax just rubs me the wrong way. Noob looks awesome, and I do really look forward to seeing Bihan's transformation in the story, as they sort of show in the little preview. I think that'll be cool to see. As for the guest characters, I've never been a fan of guest characters. If they don't have to... You're right there, Justin? Guest characters...
Ignore me.
All right. Guest characters, I've never been a fan, but I think of the three they've chosen, I think the T-1000 probably will be the most interesting.
Probably.
Ghostface and Conan.
I would say.
What the hell? Beyond that, Animalities, for me, 10 out of 10. Super excited about those. And I did recently play the story mode again to record for our YouTube channel, so I do really appreciate, despite all the changes to lore and everything, I do appreciate it in its own right, but I really hope that eventually when we get to the end of this story that the whole multiple timeline MCU shit just goes away, because it's just not Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I'll agree with you, Chris, that in terms of the story modes, despite some of the severe changes in time and the story and stuff, I think this particular mode was the most engaging, compared to, especially MK11, MKX. It was a big improvement.
Yep.
I thought it was kind of a fun story. For the first 2 acts, the third act fell flat, which is unfortunate.
I would give it a solid 9 out of 10 until you get right to the end.
Yeah, third act.
And when it's, choose your fighter at the bottom of the pyramid and there's like 10 versions of every character, I'm like, nah, this is not right.
And
not just that.
It was
all of the hybrid characters. Like at the end of when Jax gets his ass kicked by Havoc, and then you see like Quan Chi and Sub-Zero in one character and all these like mixed characters, that's like another fear of mine. Not just the timeline crap, but also like these hybrid characters. I don't like that.
No.
Why?
Yeah, I kind of hate that. I kind of hated that direction because I don't know what the writing team was doing. Like, what would y'all give like Johnny Cage with Baraka's face and stuff? Like
smoking that good stuff. That's what's going on. No. I don't know.
I don't know. To me, that just came across as laziness. Like they didn't want to create more characters to include into that story, so they just decided to make a mix and match of characters. So like a mashup of characters rather than create a bunch of new ones. So I don't know. It just felt like it was kind of lazy on their part, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a tweet I want to refer to. So back in 2022, I believe someone actually asked Ed on Twitter if he would ever create a different ninja. And he came out joking, saying that he wanted to create a pink ninja called Floyd, which is a bit like obviously there's the English rock band called Pink Floyd, but there are actual references to Floyd in the game code that have been discovered, but no one's ever worked out what it is. And in a recent interview, Ed actually said that much in the same way that Reptile was a massive secret in the first game, there will be a massive secret in this new expansion. I don't think it's Floyd, and I'm not saying it's Floyd. But what do you think? Do you think that could be alluding to Onaga? Because the other thing I've noticed in this new game, if you think back to all other games, right, the big bad at the end, there's always been like a monster character, whether it's a Shokan or someone like Onaga or Moloch. Whereas now all of the boss characters are really just like humans, right? So I feel like we really need like that monster character to return, and maybe Onaga is what's coming.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. There's never been a monster character in MK1. And also there's no like brand new original characters in MK1. Yep. Too. But it's like all is just like returning. There's no character out of the open, out of the gate.
Does anyone else find that strange?
Yeah.
It is very odd.
It is really strange. Because like every Mortal Kombat game, it introduces somebody new.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, a lot of people have hated the newer characters.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
So maybe they're like, let's take a break. I don't know. Like to me personally, I think, minus the combat kids, a lot of these new characters don't get really fair treatment from the fans. I'm surprised so many people hate them. Like, I think it's pretty neat how they've incorporated a new race, like the Naknada. I judge me all you want. I thought the Collector was pretty damn cool, and so I love it when they introduce these new races and things like that.
Yep.
So
they could have given him a second chance.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah. And Justin, did you have any final thoughts at all?
Well, I mean, you guys pretty much summed it all up. I like I said before, this Combat Pack 2 was a bit of a letdown. My biggest gripe is gender swapping Sektor and Cyrax. I mean, that is just a bummer for me. I really feel like if they wanted to please the fans by including more females, then they should have just went with Sonya and Serena and picked those two out of the cameos and made them DLC, rather than gender swapping Sektor and Cyrax and making them playable. Or at least make the females cameos and bring the male cameos, make them playable.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So, so that part's a letdown. The guest characters I don't care about at all. The only character, like you guys said, that really stands out to me is Noob Saibot. His design looks sick. He looks amazing. And the only thing, like you guys said, I wish we could change is the green glow.
The green shit.
Yeah.
The monster energy.
Yeah. The monster energy.
The monster energy. The Kyle
monster energy drink.
So yeah, maybe that'll change purple. Maybe they'll listen to the fans and they'll change it back to purple like it always was. But regardless, he's the only one that I'm probably going to download. So we'll see how that goes. But the Animalities, yes, I cannot wait for that. That is like top notch for me. I've been waiting for that since Mortal Kombat 9 came out, and so I'm so excited about it. And one of my biggest hopes is that Johnny Cage is a donkey because he is an ass. He is an ass. He needs to be a donkey.
I love it. I love it.
Damn, he ain't gonna turn to the kangaroo, but you're gonna turn to a. He got. You know what? He got to be turned to a donkey. Nah,
It's gotta happen now.
Kangaroo. He ain't gonna turn to a kangaroo. He got to turn to a donkey kick. I need that donkey kick. Yep, donkey kick of death.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh my god, shadow donkey kick.
Yeah. There you go. Shadow donkey kick.
Shadow donkey kick. Yes.
Oh,
They gotta make
that'd
it
be a
happen.
dream come true.
So good.
Pin the head on the donkey.
All right. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We've had an awesome time. Does anyone have any other things to add, or we're all good?
No, not really.
No, it pretty much summed it all up.
Yep.
Comment
Well,
that poo? No.
Hopefully by next
Remember
episode,
that
I'll have a new chair. That's what I'm hoping for. Beyond that, yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And Toasty, you know how it goes.
Have fun, stay safe, and
Stay flawless.
Stay flawless.